Bobby Jenks, one of the most recognizable faces of the Chicago White Sox's historic 2005 World Series run, has passed away at the age of 44 after a battle with cancer. A figure who loomed large both physically and symbolically on the mound, Jenks leaves behind a legacy built on power, perseverance, and redemption. His story is one of raw talent overcoming long odds, of personal demons fought bravely, and of a man whose impact extended well beyond the game of baseball. Born March 14, 1981, in Mission Hills, California, Jenks had an unconventional path to the big leagues. He endured a turbulent upbringing and found solace in sports, particularly baseball, where his imposing build and cannon-like right arm quickly drew attention. He was drafted in the 5th round by the Anaheim Angels in 2000, but struggled with injuries and control problems in the minor leagues. His inconsistency and frequent battles with injuries led many to write him off. But in December 2004, after being waived by the Angels, the Chicago White Sox took a chance on him, a move that would change both Jenks's life and the trajectory of the franchise. By July 2005, Jenks had made his MLB debut. Just a few months later, he was closing games in the World Series. At the age of 24, with barely any major league experience, Jenks became an unlikely postseason hero. In Game 4 of the ALDS, he struck out the final batter to send the White Sox to the ALCS. And in the World Series, he recorded the final outs of Game 4 against the Houston Astros, sealing the franchise's first championship since 1917. With his blazing fastball, often hitting 100 miles per hour, and stoic demeanor, Jenks became a fan favorite overnight. His large frame, intimidating presence on the mound, and cannon arm gave him the look of an old-school, no-nonsense closer. Jenks's performance in that championship run wasn't just symbolic, it was elite. He posted a 2.25 ERA over 6 postseason appearances and delivered in the biggest moments. His dominance helped cement the 2005 White Sox as one of the most tightly knit and defensively sharp teams in modern baseball. For fans in Chicago, Jenks's emergence was more than a surprise, it was a revelation. The sight of manager Ozzie Guillen calling to the bullpen and summoning the hulking closer became one of the defining images of the team's title run. Over the next several seasons, Jenks proved he was no flash in the pan. He recorded 41 saves in 2006 and followed it up with 40 more in 2007, earning All-Star nods in both seasons. In August 2007, he tied a major league record by retiring 41 consecutive batters, showcasing not just raw velocity but a sharpened sense of command and poise. He became only the second White Sox closer at that time to record back-to-back 40-save seasons, and for a while, he was among the most feared closers in baseball. But Jenks's career was not without its share of hardships. He struggled with injuries, back problems in particular, during the latter part of his career. He also battled issues related to painkillers and personal demons off the field. After his time with the White Sox ended in 2010, he signed with the Boston Red Sox, but his stint there was short-lived. A botched back surgery in 2011 left him not only unable to pitch again but also fighting for his life. He later sued the surgeon and the hospital, eventually winning a $5.1 million settlement. This chapter, perhaps more than any on the field, showcased Jenks's toughness and refusal to be defined by adversity. After his playing days, Jenks made a meaningful transition into coaching and mentoring. He worked with young players in various capacities and took on managerial duties in the minor leagues, including stints with the Grand Junction Rockies and later with the Windy City Thunderbolts. He was named Manager of the Year in 2022, proving he still had a deep reservoir of baseball knowledge and leadership. His presence in these roles wasn't merely symbolic. He was passionate about passing on what he had learned, and he connected deeply with players facing struggles similar to those he had overcome. In February 2025, Jenks revealed he had been diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. He and his wife, Eleni Tsitsivakos, moved to Sintra, Portugal, to be closer to her family during his treatment. Jenks, always candid and self-aware, spoke openly about his condition, his family's heartbreak, and his determination to fight for more time. Even in the face of terminal illness, he showed resilience and hope. He had been planning to manage another season of baseball before his diagnosis, but instead focused on his health and family. He had 6 children, 4 from his previous marriage and 2 with Eleni. He spoke often of his desire to share his baseball memories and life lessons with them. Tragically, Jenks passed away on July 4, 2025, not long before the White Sox were to celebrate the 20th anniversary of their World Series championship. It's a cruel twist of fate that the towering figure who sealed that historic title would not live to take part in the celebration. But his spirit and legacy will undoubtedly loom large over that reunion and in the hearts of every White Sox fan who witnessed his greatness. Reactions to his death have poured in from across the baseball world. Former teammates, coaches, and fans have all shared emotional tributes. White Sox chairman Jerry Reinsdorf called Jenks an iconic member of the White Sox family. Manager Ozzie Guillen reflected on the pride and confidence he felt when handing the ball to Jenks in high-pressure situations. Teammates remembered not only the pitcher who could blow fastballs past elite hitters, but also the loyal friend and generous mentor who gave his all, even when off the field. Beyond the numbers, 173 career saves, a 3.40 ERA, 2 All-Star appearances, Jenks's story resonates because it was so deeply human. He was never polished or perfect, but he was real. His battles with injury and addiction, his moments of redemption, and his transformation into a mentor and father showed a man continually striving for growth. He made mistakes and owned up to them, and in doing so, became a symbol of recovery and resilience. The news of his death, though expected due to his diagnosis, is no less painful for the community he inspired. For many fans, especially those who came of age during the 2005 season, Bobby Jenks represents more than a player. He represents a moment when everything aligned, when a long-suffering franchise reached the summit, and when a hard-throwing, big-hearted closer stood tall in history. In the end, Bobby Jenks was the kind of figure who transcends the box score. He had the ability to dominate games and simultaneously reflect the vulnerabilities so many hide. He showed what it meant to stumble and to rise again. He reminded us that greatness is not about perfection, but perseverance. His legacy lives on in every highlight reel, every memory of that triumphant 2005 run, and every life he touched on and off the field. He may be gone, but Bobby Jenks will not be forgotten.